Norway. Majestic fjords, gleaming mountains. My bike trip was a little more, well, dangerous. Yeah, dangerous. And I'd add perhaps a little bit scary, even? Norway is a northern European country with a population of 5.6 million people. How did I get the idea to ride my bike in Norway? Well, on the turbo one day inside, I came across Cycle Norway's YouTube. Fun fact, I've never Zwifted in my life. I watch English Premier League footy, movies, and YouTube while riding indoors. So Cycle Norway is really, my understanding, a guy named Matthew's creation. Matthew rides all around Norway and creates these amazing videos in English. Watch one and you're hooked. That's how I stumbled across the Rallarvegen video. I'll link that below. It is absolutely worth the watch. But basically, the Rallarvegen is about an 80-kilometer, 50-mile ride. It starts in Haugastøl and ends in Flåm. The road gets its name from the Rallarvegen, Navis, migrant construction workers who traveled from Norway, Sweden, and Finland to build the railroad. So the path alongside the railway has become a cycling paradise. The ideal time to ride is July through September. I rode in mid-September, and let me tell you, I'd recommend going a bit earlier because everything was closed and the temperature was a change of pace from Florida. So what was my plan? Well, I was going to do a 4-day credit card bike pack into Oslo. Stay one day in Norway's capital, then train north to Haugastøl, ride anywhere from 50 to 120 miles every day, stay in quaint hotels, and repeat for a few days before eventually training back to Oslo and flying home. That was the plan. As we know, the best laid plans, well, let's just say I made it to Oslo, but my bike and checked bag, they were nowhere to be found. Over the next couple days, I turned into a troll as I watched my AirTag show my bike slowly make its way to me. But with a $14 beer, no joke, and some soccer, I slowly started feeling like myself again. So after buying some clothes and spending hours trying to change my bike itinerary, I walked Oslo. Visited the Munch Museum, and more. Fun fact, there are 3 versions of Edward Munch's Scream, and they're protected because they're on fragile cardboard. So the artwork rotates and is displayed only sparingly. I stayed at the City Box, which is a very no-frills, but perfect for me as it wasn't too far from the bus nor the train stations. After about 4 days, 4 days, my bike finally arrived. I threw it together and did an amazing 64-mile route. This is where I want to stop. Hard stop. If folks like these videos, I want everyone to know I'm not trying to set FKTs, fastest known times. I'm stopping a lot to take pictures, to enjoy my ride. So if you're one of the internet trolls who needs to evaluate another person's Strava activity, then know this. You are faster than me. You are better than me. And that's totally cool. These videos, especially this video and all my future videos, they're for friends, they're for family, they're for customers. They're for people looking for motivation and tips on how to ride in new places. Internet trolls, enjoy that soundbite, tear it apart. So, back to the story here. At this point, I'd finished my ride back in my hotel, and I had a big conundrum. Do I stay in Oslo and just keep finding local routes, or do I hop on a train and try to salvage as much as I can my planned adventure? After a conversation with my friend Maria, I hopped on that train. After a 3 or 4 hour train ride, I arrived in Geilo, and I hurried to my hotel where I was that last customer that walks in 27 seconds before the restaurant closes, and I ordered a cerveza and a reindeer burger. True story. That reindeer burger was absolutely phenomenal. The next day, I awoke to rain, sleet, and cold 50-degree, 10-degree Celsius weather. A change of pace from 85, 30 degrees Celsius, and sun back home. I rode the roughly 12 miles from Geilo to Haugastøl, the start of the Rallarvegen, which I do not recommend. Just go straight to Haugastøl if you're looking for some advice. At the start of the railway, the Rallarvegen, I swapped clothes because I was already soaked. Took a picture and started this remarkable journey. Here I am, smiling cheek to cheek because this is the first time it seemed real, that I had made it. From Panama City Beach, Florida, I had arrived on the Rallarvegen in Norway. From there, it was sunny skies and smooth sailing. In no way. It was absolutely stunning, safe gravel roads, but it was rainy, sleety, and cold the entire day. You'd see these amazing cottages overlooking prairies and lakes and mountains and numerous waterfalls. On the entirety of my ride, I encountered very few people. I did encounter this group of backpackers. I felt for them because they must have been freezing, sleeping outside in the cold, and then getting up and riding that morning. Other than that, I did encounter one cyclist like myself, but I think he was out on a quick little jaunt. When I pulled into Finse, it excited me because this is a beacon. This Finse hotel is one that you see on all the videos when you watch the Rallarvegen. The hotel was built in 1909, is located 1,222 meters, or about 4,000 feet above sea level, the highest point on the Bergen Rally in Norway. The majority of the ride, I had three thoughts. First, son of a bitch, am I cold? Second, I bet these views are absolutely stunning on a clear day. And then third, I will have to come back. I'll have to come back because if this is just a sliver of what Norway has to offer, I can only imagine how amazing the rest of this nation is. This was my favorite part. Bombing fast descent, gravel, a little sketchy, expansive landscape, and a sign warning of, well, danger. Eventually, I made it to the Flåm zipline. When I told the operator I rode in from Oslo, he gave me a look of mixed horror, stupidity, and a little bit of applause. This zipline is the longest in the Nordic region. You can hit speeds up to 100k or 62 miles per hour. My brakes, which you've heard throughout this video, squealing, we're thankful I chose the zipline.
Yeah. Thank you.
A few more waterfalls, a tunnel, and a long, fun descent into Flåm proper, which I learned is a cruise port and very expensive. Funny story. Once in Flåm, I walked immediately to the gift shop and grabbed the warmest item I could find, a reindeer fur sweater. I walked to the cash register, tapped my card, saw a number that seemed big, but didn't care, and then I proceeded to the bathroom where I threw on a sweater and the driest clothes from my backpack. It wasn't until I'd finished my second burrito, and if I'm honest, my second beer, that I realized the sweater cost like $315 US. As soon as it hit 70 degrees in the States, I now wear that sweater every day. I wear it all the time because you better believe I'm going to get my money's worth. After two of the most beautiful train rides imaginable, I eventually made it back to my hotel in Oslo at about 11 p.m. I broke my bike down, packed, showered, and went to sleep for roughly 4 hours before getting up for my flight back to Panama City Beach, Florida, which I'd love to say was a smooth trip home, but it was absolutely nothing but trouble. In fact, I slept in a McDonald's on one of their benches. Oh well, amazing trip, beautiful country. I can't wait to return. Tusen takk, Norway. I will see you again.